Welcome to the Armani Talks YouTube channel. I'm your host, Armani Talks. In this channel, I'm covering communication skills for you to level up your way with words and become much more articulate. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about the difference between how men and women communicate. A couple of months back, I wrote this tweet on my Twitter, at Armani Talks, just in case you don't follow me, which went like this. Men view maturity as the ability to control emotions. Women view maturity as the ability to express emotions. General heuristics. Whenever a tweet becomes popular, there's a group of people that love it, then there's a group of people who despise it. But with this particular tweet, for the most part, people agreed with it. They were like, yeah, on a general level, that's exactly how each gender views maturity. Whenever men are interacting with other men, they're looking for the small stuff like, can this guy deal with pressure? Is this guy passive aggressive? Is he moody? And with women, they're looking for the ability to be able to articulate your internal world. Are you someone who uses just general phrases like sad, happy, angry? Or can you shed in-depth insights of the workings of your internal world? Other women don't just want a tweet, they want the entire book. So this was the difference between how men and women communicated. But this is on a general scale, societal level. The question is, on an individual level, how should a person carry themselves? Growing up, I always thought that it was one or the other. For me, I was team control your emotions. If you can do that, then you are mature. But you don't necessarily need to learn how to articulate your emotions. That just seems useless to me personally. Later on in the game, I realized that I was making an error. Imagine this. Imagine that you're going to a business negotiation and you can control your emotions perfectly. The person that you're negotiating with seems like a good guy and you want his business. As the negotiation is about to wrap up, they give you a final amount of money that they think your services are worth. And you think that this is low. You feel angry. You feel like you're being taken advantage of. What do you do now? Sure, you're controlling your emotions very well, but can you articulate how you feel? If you cannot clearly articulate how you feel, two potential things are going to happen. One, you may get very angry at the person, you may hit the person, or you may morph into the neighborhood nice guy who's like, yes, mister, this money is more than enough. In either way, you lost. But let's imagine that you can articulate your emotions to the other person. You clearly express how you feel. You have a gentle tonality, amazing facial gestures, and you use impeccable logic where this other person now agrees with you, gives you more money, and you have officially created a win-win deal. This is a scenario where being able to control your emotions was your centerpiece. You could call it the cake. And the ability to articulate your emotions was the icing on the cake. Let's flip it. Let's imagine that your cake is the ability to articulate your internal world. Let's say you just went through a breakup, and for the past 3 to 4 months, you've been getting better at articulating how you feel. To your other friends, you're expressing yourself. You're sharing your emotional roller coaster, the entire journey with them. This is your cake. You can clearly articulate your internal world elegantly. But here's the problem. For the past 3 to 4 months, these people have been listening to you, giving you advice, and yet you're not doing anything with that information. Your life is in shambles, but yeah, you could articulate yourself. Is this efficient? Of course not. How about you articulate your internal world with the sole intention of being able to control your emotions. A lot of reasons people struggle from a tough time, like getting fired, through a breakup, a loss of a loved one, is because they can't even articulate their internal world. But if you can articulate it, now you have an advantage, which makes it easier to spot whenever a dark emotion is coming, so you can become an alchemist and morph that emotion into something productive. Your centerpiece is the ability to express yourself. Your icing on the cake is now the ability to control your emotions. So, on an individual level, I believe it's smart not to compare one against the other. Instead, find out what is your cake and then find a creative way to add the other party to the icing on your already designed cake. You want to know something really spooky? You can't unsee it. So if you don't want to know it, I'll see you next video. But if you do want to know it, proceed to watch on. Look at your eyes. Go in front of a mirror and stare at both of your eyes. You'll see that one eye is slightly bigger than the other eye. Look at your palms. You'll see that one palm is slightly bigger than the other palm. Same with your feet. When my art teacher in middle school told me that, I was so freaking spooked out, but I realized that she was right. One side is bigger than the other, but just because one side is bigger doesn't necessarily mean that the other side is useless. We lead with one and we complement with the other. Just like that happens with our body parts, we can do the same thing with maturity. The more that we can control our emotions and articulate ourselves in a clear, concise way, the deadlier we become. It doesn't matter if you're 5'2". If you can do both, you officially become 7'2". That's how you level up, by leveling up your soft skills. You want to know more about soft skills? Does this field interest you? Are you currently struggling finding resources on it? Well, then you're in luck. The Armani Archives bundle, Master Soft Skills Edition, is currently out. In this bundle, you'll learn more about how to generate creative insights, how to build your self-esteem, how to effortlessly connect with other people, and how to level up your emotional intelligence. The Armani Archives bundle, Master Soft Skills Edition, is normally $135, but currently it's being sold for only $45. I'll drop the link for the product in the description box and in the pinned comment. And if you're watching from TV, go on over to ArmaniTalks.com and grab your copy today. Thank you very much for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel, and I will catch you next time.